Hello, Bronco fans and football fans everywhere. Welcome to Broncos Breakdown. This is Friday, December 3rd, 2021. I am your host, Bronco Bill. All right, let's do a recap. This video is a recap of the week 12 in the AFC West. And before I get into it, before I get into the scores and the recap, Kansas City was on a bye, so they obviously didn't play, so their record stayed the same at 7-4. Now, the Raiders played Dallas on Thanksgiving, and guys, it was an absolute shootout. The defense was there on paper, I guess, but with the final score of 36-33 Raiders, there wasn't too much defense going around, that's for sure. But the offenses sure were on fire. I'll tell you what, that Derek Carr, that guy's for real. Very, very much so. But Dak Prescott answered it. It came down to the wire. It literally came down to the last possession. And the last possession was with the Raiders, and they won 36-33. All right, that brings me to the Chargers-Broncos game. Yep. If you guys watch my last video, you'll definitely know why I'm smiling. Not just because Denver won, that's obvious, but go back and watch that video and then you'll know why this guy has a huge smile when it involves the Chargers. All right, final score, Denver 28, LA 13. That was an absolute statement game by the Denver Broncos. Their defense, the Bronco defense, Surtain and Browning, and just the overall defense was, they seem to have either been in the meetings to listen to like a fly on the wall to the game plan of the Chargers, or Vic Fangio just absolutely pulled a rabbit out of his hat, because that defense was swarming. There were 10 hits on Herbert, 3 sacks. Patrick Surtain had 2 interceptions, 1 in the end zone that if he doesn't make that play, possibly could have been a touchdown. The second one was deflected and returned 70 yards for a pick 6. Yeah, the defense came to play. And the offense did what it needed to do to win the game. Now, Teddy Bridgewater did get injured in that game, had a thigh injury. But he did come back in the second half. Unfortunately, Drew Lock had to come in and do what Drew Lock always does, fumbles and throw an interception into triple coverage. But I go into much, much more detail in my last video. But that was an absolute statement game by Denver, 100%. That was the best game this season, in my opinion. Even above the game against Dallas, because this was an absolute, it was a statement game because it was a divisional game. And it was a game the Broncos had to have. And by winning, the Broncos went to 6-5. And the Chargers dropped to 6-5. So we have the Chiefs at 7-4. Vegas, LA, and Denver all at 6-5, 1 game back. And that brings me to the predictions of week 13. And my favorite number is 13. I don't know why, everybody else doesn't like it, so that's my favorite number, is 13. This is week 13. I'm hoping it's lucky 13. Not as in, not that I believe in a whole lot of luck. I can't control anything, but I'm hoping that Denver. Well, let me get into the games. All right. Chargers at Bengals. 10 o'clock game Pacific time. Said this should be a close game based on the last 5 meetings these teams have played. They've been all last 5 games between the Chargers and Bengals have been decided by 1 possession. That either means a safety, a field goal, a touchdown, 2-point conversion. It's 1 possession. It all comes down to 1 possession of their last 5 games. Now, this game is in Cincinnati, and that could pose a problem. I'm not sure what the weather's going to be for that game, But and it's East Coast swing for the Chargers. So, and oh, by the way, Bengals are 7-4, Chargers 6-5. So the Bengals at home, they have a better record. Although the Chargers, just took a beating by Denver, so they could be a little bit ticked off. But I'm going with the Bengals at home. Better record at home. And the Bengals this season, guys, this is their season. They've done a lot of things to improve their team, and it definitely shows on the field, that's for sure. So I got the Bengals beating the Chargers on Sunday morning. Then we have Washington football team at Las Vegas Raiders. Now Washington's 5-6, and the Raiders are 6-5. Now Carr should have a field day against Washington, in my opinion, because Carr averages 310.4, almost 310.5 yards per game, the most in the NFL this season. So if Derek Carr is swinging the ball around, and he has many weapons to throw to. So if he's swinging the ball around, well, Washington's got a good defense. I will give him that. Washington does have a good defense. Now, I have to say it again, guys. I know, I say it almost in every video, but it's true. I can't get away from it. Which Raider team are we going to see? Are we going to see a Raider team that beat Dallas on Thanksgiving prime time in Dallas? Or are we going to see the Raider team who got blown out by the Bengals? I don't know. I don't know which team we're going to see. I mean, the Raiders lose at home to Cincinnati. Then they go on the road and beat Dallas. Well, guys, the Raiders are at home this week. So am I picking Washington to beat Las Vegas? No, I'm not picking Washington to beat Vegas. Not at all. So I got the Raiders winning this game. They're at home. Like I said, Derek Carr's going to pass lights out probably. Like I said, Raiders are at home. Washington has a good defense. I'll give them that. I just don't think their offense can put up as much points as the Raiders are going to put up. So I have the Raiders winning that game. Now, Sunday night, the Bronco game was flexed from an afternoon game to the Sunday night game against Kansas City, in Kansas City. Now, here it is, guys. This is a fact that none of us can deny. Kansas City has won 11 straight games against Denver. Do you realize, guys, that when you play the same team in your division twice in a year, that means that Denver has not beaten Kansas City in 5.5 seasons against them. Remember, they played twice, that's 10. And then one game before that makes 11. So they have not beaten Kansas City since Peyton Manning retired. Golly, that seems light years away. That totally seems light years away to me. But it's a fact. So, something has to give. Because if Denver hasn't beaten them in 11 games, either Denver's going to lose and make it go to 12, or Denver's going to snap it in half on the road in Kansas City. Send those fans home crying. And putting Denver in first place alone because they were beating Kansas City. Something's got to give. It's either going to be Denver in first place at the end of the game, Sunday night, or Denver's going to be in third place because I have the Raiders winning. So, what do I think is going to be, guys? Again, I'm sorry. I have to go back to that well one more time. Which Denver team are we going to see? We're going to see the one that was a statement game against the Chargers? Divisional game? Well, this is a divisional game. Or are we going to see the Broncos that got embarrassed by the Eagles? Is that the team we're going to see? I don't know. I have no clue, just like I didn't have a clue about the Raider one. But I cannot get away from the 11 losses that the Broncos have endured against Kansas City. Now, that said, the Broncos can play extremely loose. They have nothing to lose. They are a 9.5. They're 9.5 point underdog to the Chiefs. 9.5 point underdog to the Chiefs. Broncos have nothing to lose, even if they lose. Well, theoretically, they have nothing to lose. In other words, they can play loose. They can try different plays and try and confuse Kansas City. If it doesn't work, well, they're 9.5 point underdogs. But that also means that they can shock the NFL with a win. So, do I think Denver's going to snap the 11-game losing streak to KC and vault into first place over top of them? Nope. Sorry, guys. Can't do it. But I can't do it. But here's the thing. Think about this. I said the Broncos were going to lose to the Chargers. And the Broncos won. And now I say the Broncos are going to lose to Kansas City. Week 13, guys. I'm just saying. So that's it. If that happens, if those predictions that I said happen, the Chargers would fall to 6-6, and the Bengals would go to 8-4. Washington would fall to 5-7. The Raiders would go to 7-5. And if Denver loses, they'll go to 6-6, and the Chiefs will go to 8-4. So that would put the Raiders at 7-5, Chiefs 8-4, Chargers 6-6, Broncos 6-6. See what I'm saying, guys? This is a divisional game. I just hope Denver comes out and plays with the same intensity that they did against the Chargers. Because if they have that same type of game against Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes, my prediction will be wrong. And that's what I'm hoping for. That's all I can say, guys. That's all I'm hoping for. Let's go, Broncos. Let's beat Kansas City on primetime Sunday night. And let's shock the world and get in first place. That's it, guys. That's all I have. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. We'll talk to you on Monday after Sunday Night Football. Bye-bye.